Hello, welcome back to the new Degeneration X from Indie channel. My name is Malcolm, and this time around I'm going to take a look at ECW's Anarchy Rulz 99. This event took place September the 19th, sorry, 99 in Villa Park, Illinois. We start off the night with Joey Styles and Cyrus Tobias giving us a rundown of the matches. Then we get the opening credits and the opening segment, and then we get to our first match of the night, which was Lance Storm with Dawn Marie taking on Jerry Lynn. The storyline here is that Jerry Lynn, like I said in the last review, that he's had it up to here with the Impact players, ruining his chance of dethroning Rob Van Dam as the ECW television champion. So this is the opportunity of a life for Jerry Lynn to get some revenge. But over that course of time, after Heatwave 99, Jerry Lynn started to get hurt from the Impact players. He's battling Lance Storms with bruised ribs. So, to start with this match was really good to open up the show. There was a lot of chain wrestling moves here and there. Interference from Dawn Marie, as expected. When Lance Storm's in trouble, she's expected to help him out and help him win the match. There was a lot of high flying spots from Jerry Lynn, high flying spots from Lance Storm, and there was a really good at the last 3 minutes of the match. We get chain wrestling pins from both Jerry Lynn and Lance Storm. But I think the match kind of took its toll when Jerry Lynn missed the baseball slide and landed rib first on the post, and you can tell it hurt, and you can tell that Jerry Lynn was having trouble breathing. I believe they had to stop a little, not to stop the match, but they wanted to do more with this match, but they had to stop knowing that Jerry Lynn was having trouble, breathing. So Lance Storm picks up the win. Overall, the fans were into it. They were chanting for Jerry Lynn. Some were chanting for Lance Storm. Mostly everybody wanted to see Dawn Marie's boobs, but we don't get that. So other than that, this match was really good to open up the show. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. Next, bear with me on this, y'all, because the next two matches, I don't know if you can call them matches. This is something that should have been done on TNN, on TV, rather than being on a pay-per-view. So bear with me with this. We first get a pay-per-view debut of Simon Diamond. He was supposed to have a tag team partner, and he's doing this gimmick of, Simon Says. He does this Simon Says gimmick. So he calls Tom Marquez to be Simon Diamond's partner, but Simon says, "Wait, Tom, I didn't say Simon Says." Yeah, I like Simon Diamond as the wrestler. He can wrestle, and I do love the gimmick, and I do love it when Simon Diamond does this. But overall, after when he told Tom Marquez to sit down, he says there's no one in the back that wants to be Simon's partner. So here comes Jazz, and Jazz is out there, and then Simon's like, "Toots, I didn't say Simon Says, and you're a woman." So Jazz steals the mic, saying she's out here trying to prove herself, and then Simon saying the only thing that women has done is prove that they're TNA in this business. It was pretty funny, but then after that, things start getting Jazz was getting fed up with Simon Diamond, and then they started to have a few words. It looked like Simon was gonna get his ass kicked, but no. Now Simon calls Tom Marquez, and now we have a match. Jazz versus Tom Marquez. I'm not gonna rate this match. Like I said, as a part of this 2-match segment. So let's just say Tom Marquez she drops Jazz, and then out of the blue, then Jazz gives Tom Marquez the testicular claw, and then followed up with the Jazz stinger, and then out of nowhere we get Tony DeVito coming out there, beating up on Jazz, Simon Diamond beating up Jazz, and then we get Nova and Chris Chetty that's coming out. That was supposed to be the next match, was Simon Diamond and a partner of his choosing against Nova and Chris Chetty. So we get to that. We see Nova and Chris Chetty for the good like 2 minutes. They're beating up. They're saving Jazz, and they're beating up Simon Diamond and Tony DeVito. And like I believe Chris Chetty tweaked his knee because his knee looked like it was going to the right side of it, and out of that he was down for most of the match. So it was basically more like a handicap match. There was a botch. Tony DeVito tried to do, believe it's called, it's like a rock bottom, but instead the whole body goes down with him, something like that. He botches it, and the fans say, "You fucked up, you fucked up," and yep, and then after that, we get more interference from Danny Dory and Roadkill. They're coming up, beating the hell out of Nova and Simon Diamond, Tony DeVito, and Jazz. They even did a tag team move on Jazz, and then it looked like Roadkill was going to splash on Jazz, but no. Here comes. Excuse me if I get some of these names wrong. C.W. Anderson, Wild Bill. We get the Spanish Angel. We get Vito, if you remember Vito from WWE. Then we also get, I think his name was Rob Price, I believe. Yeah, they all trying to stop Roadkill from killing Jazz. But out of the blue, they all start beating the hell out of each other. It was just a weird promo. I know what this was supposed to be about, but out of nowhere, we get natural born killers, so that means New Jack is out there with a shopping cart full of weapons. He's beating the hell out of Angel, C.W. Anderson, Wild Bill, Vito, Tony DeVito, and he staple gunned the hell out of Rob Price, I believe, too. Like, I think, like, 4 times. And then, you know, like I said, I'm not gonna rate this whole segment. Like I said, that should have been on TNN TV. And this is just my personal opinion. I believe that thing for New Jack, what they were supposed to be doing, was to. I believe that started the Baldies trend. If you remember the Baldies, there was like 4 bald men, like a street gang with Angel, Tony DeVito, Vito, and Rob Price all together, and they formed a tag team so they can beat up New Jack. I believe that's what started it. But other than that, this like I said, this should have been rated on TV, not on a pay-per-view standard. So moving on. Remember on the last review on ECW's Heatwave '99 when I said Tajiri, Super Crazy, and Little Guido, when all three of them are in a match, you know you're going to get an excellent match? Well, that's our next match. A three-way dance. Super Crazy versus Little Guido versus Tajiri. Oh my god, this match was so entertaining. I had so much fun. I was having fun with this match. It was eye-opening. There was some spots. Super Crazy with the moonsault, and it was so beautiful. The matches was like the spots were so beautiful, and it was so nice to see when, like I said, when those three hit together. You got all these combinations. You got Super Crazy, who's a luchador who loves to go into the air, keep the match at a fast pace. You got Tajiri, who also likes to keep the match at a fast pace, but have that martial arts background. And then you have Little Guido, who is a technician submissionist. Let's say that, a technician submissionist. And like I said, this match was excellent. It was entertaining. It was an entertaining 15 minutes. And to be honest, I believe this was also a part to make Tajiri win this match, which was fine having Tajiri win this match because the last pay per view he lost by via murder, like I said in the last pay per view. Overall, I'm gonna give this match a 5 out of 5. Yeah, it is that good. To me, it's that good. So next we get a promo of Steve Corino talking about the Insane Clown Posse there was, I think the Insane Clown Posse was supposed to take on Tommy Dreamer and Raven, but they refused not to come to the event. Anyway, our next match we get. I'm gonna call this next match the shock of the night, shocker of the night, and upset of the night. Just Incredible versus Sabu. Now, the story for this match was that Sabu was he was hurt, of course, but the storyline here is that Just Incredible, Lance Storm, Dawn Marie, and Jason, they went to the athletic commission and they decided to say, oh, Sabu's too violent, he's going to hurt us, he's going to kill us, he's too violent. So he was banned for wrestling in the states. But of course, the ban was lifted. Just Incredible made his bed. Now he had to lie in it, and he had to face Sabu. So in the beginning of the segment, we get Just Incredible um, filling out a restraining order for Sabu, not even to wrestle, but also not entering the damn building. So the referee, Jim Bolino, says there is no law and order. There is no rule. So this is Anarchy Rulz. Just Incredible will face Sabu. So Just Incredible gets pissed and tells the ring announcer, I believe Ortiz, David Ortiz, I think Bob Ortiz, is saying, do not make the announcement. And Just Incredible asked him like 3 times, I believe. And after that, Bob Ortiz made the announcement, and Just Incredible just smacks the hell out of him with the Singapore cane. And damn, that gotta hurt. It was like an ouch, just knocked him out cold with the Singapore cane. So then the lights go out, and the big surprise, Sabu is right there. Sabu, he beats Jason. I mean, Just Incredible is hiding behind Jason. He puts Jason into Sabu. Jason goes down, and then Sabu starts wailing the hell out of Just Incredible. There was a spot where I believe that was done wrong the first time. I believe Bill Alfonso and Sabu put up a table outside of the ring, right to the guardrail, and they put Just Incredible face down on the table. Joey Styles pulled it off when he said, "You can't go to a table face down. The spine doesn't bend that way. He's gonna cripple Just Incredible." The first time when he did it, you can hear the impact on Justin's back. Boom! And then you're like, ah! I was like going, ooh. But then when they did it again, Sabu misses again, and I believe he lands on the table. Just Incredible didn't move or anything. I think Sabu went too high to catch Just Incredible. Then there was also another spot where Just Incredible, he is a bloody mess at this point. He is busted up from the eye. He's wearing the crimson mask, and it was a bloody match. And Sabu, he was bleeding on, I believe, in the abdomen area because he got hit with the metal part of the table. There was also a spot where Bill Alfonso was throwing a chair in, but it accidentally hit Sabu in the back of the head. I believe that was also the turning point for that match. There was also a spot where Just Incredible put Sabu through a table. Yes, Just Incredible put Sabu through a table. I believe twice. And then the ending of the match, we get a chain reversal for That's Incredible. Just Incredible's corkscrew tombstone pile driver. And I believe he's tombstone pile drive Sabu onto a chair, and it was over. This match, like I said, this was really good for a what? I believe an 18-minute, 20-minute match. It was really good. I believe this was the match that put Just Incredible over. We all know Sabu will wrestle hurt, and Sabu will always wrestle hurt, and seriously, he had a good match in this. But I believe that this match was just to push Just Incredible. And it worked. It shocked the hell out of me that Just Incredible beat Sabu. But, at the end of the day, it was still a good match. I'm going to give this a cherishable, because there was one part that really that one part with the table that I really didn't like. I think it was at the point of the of Bill Alfonso and Jason going at it a little bit. Other than that, I'm gonna give this match a 4.5 out of 5. So next we get the World Heavyweight Championship match. We get Masato Tanaka, the challenger, versus Taz. For all of you that don't know who Masato Tanaka is, Masato Tanaka is a Japanese superstar from the FMW promotion, and he was their world heavyweight champion at the time. So it was a big field day for ECW. If Masato would have beaten Taz, not only he would have held the ECW championship, but also the FMW championship as well. For the fans at this point, they were booing Taz. They say, F you, Taz, you sold out. I believe this was the time when Taz was, I think he was on his way out of ECW and was going to the WWE. Other than that, we get the intros and then we do get the announcement, but there is something going on in the fan section. And over there, we see Mike Awesome and Judge Jeff Jones. Um, Mike Awesome's not too pleased about Masato Tanaka getting the hype for the match, and all they were showing was Mike Awesome losing to Masato Tanaka. We get Taz saying, come on, you big dumb bastard, I can beat you both. Let him go. Let him go. Then we see security and Paul Heyman trying to push back Mike Awesome so he won't interfere in the match. So instead, Taz calls Paul Heyman a savior and saying that I'm going to help you out. I'm giving you a freaking rating. Let him go. Let him go. So Paul Heyman says, I promoted you as the baddest motherfucker on the planet. You want to fight two men? You're damn right I want to fight two men. So now the match is now a three-way dance. First, we get Masato Tanaka and Awesome going at it for a good minute, and then they start tag teaming up on Taz. I believe the first 5 minutes, Taz was already eliminated. It was shocking to the whole crowd that most of the ECW locker room came out and was shocked. So now we get the match with Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka. And boy, do I have to tell you, this match delivered. There was a spot where I love about Masato Tanaka. He puts a chair on Mike Awesome's face and he gets another steel chair. He climbs the top rope and he just face smashes Mike Awesome's face. I thought that was it to get the 1, 2, 3, but no. We also get Mike Awesome also throws Masato Tanaka outside the ring, Awesome bombing him through the table, landing on concrete, and Masato Tanaka still kicked out. There was also another spot that was just badass of Mike Awesome just hitting Masato Tanaka in the head with a steel chair, and Masato Tanaka is getting up like nothing's phasing him. But then there was Mike Awesome gave Masato Tanaka a spear. That was also epic. Also, the Diamond Dust from Masato Tanaka, a somersault stunner on the turnbuckle, which was really also was just, this match was just flawless. It was just like even though Taz was eliminated the first 5 minutes, the last 10 minutes of that match, it was just back and forth action, back and forth action. Mike Awesome wins the match with a sit down Awesome bomb on the top rope onto a table, and we get a new champion. Yes, Mike Awesome is the new ECW World Heavyweight Champion. You know, to me, later on in the future, I might make a rivals, my top 10 ECW rivals. And I gotta say, this one is my favorite though. There's a lot of them. This one is like one of my favorites. Let's say that one of my favorites. It was just a flawless match, and it delivered. And you know what? The rating's gonna get delivered it too. I love the swerve of Mike Awesome. I love how Taz at the end of the match gives hands over the belt to Mike Awesome. It was just well done. The match was excellent. There was so much. The fans were into it. You got the whole locker room. They were into it, and I was into it. I was happy, and I'm gonna give this match a 5 out of 5. Next, we get a promo from my man, my favorite superstar, Raven, talking about um, Tommy Dreamer and how Tommy Dreamer, their feud, and also about him coming back to ECW and also being Tommy Dreamer's tag team partner. The storyline with this was, I believe, on ECW TNN. The Dudley Boys were on their way out of ECW, but they were going to take the ECW tag team titles and lay them down on Monday Night Raw. But Tommy Dreamer tried to stop the Dudleys from taking the belts. So it was a 2-on-1 handicap match at one point. And it seemed like the Dudleys were going to 3D Tommy Dreamer, but out of the blue, Tommy hits the DDT on Devon, and Raven comes out of nowhere and DDTs Bubba Ray Dudley. And now Tommy Dreamer wins his first ever championship in ECW, but also he has to share the honor with the man he hates the most, and that is Raven. Yeah, that was a mouthful to say. I like the story, what they're going here. Tommy Dreamer and Raven can't get along. I do love how they're tag team champions, and Tommy Dreamer doesn't know what to do at this point. He doesn't want to drop the belt, and he doesn't like Raven. Raven doesn't like Tommy. So we get an interview segment with Joel Gertner and Tommy Dreamer and Francine. Tommy Dreamer trying to get the pop from the crowd, saying that he's an old school wrestler. He doesn't need fireworks or promos or anything else to do. He just wants to wrestle, innovate some violence in Chicago. And then we get Steve Corino, Jack Victory coming out, and with Rhino as well. Steve Corino saying, Tommy wants to innovate some violence. You want to bleed? I'm going to make you bleed. So now we get a match. We get Tommy Dreamer versus Rhino. This was just a semi. It was just and out of it looked like Rhino was going to beat Tommy Dreamer at this point, but then out of nowhere we get Raven. Out of nowhere, I believe this is where they messed up at. It would have been nice if it was Tommy Dreamer versus Steve Corino, and then Raven even flow Steve Corino, but no, we don't get that. We get Rhino versus Dreamer, and Rhino is out cold thanks to Raven's DDT. Rhino is a big dude. And I don't believe him getting DDT'd out cold by Raven. That's so unbelievable to me. So then we get Jack Victory now. Yeah, Jack Victory is Steve Corino now facing Tommy Dreamer and Raven. It was like a minute match. I really shouldn't rate this match either. I'm not gonna rate this either because this was like another segment they could have put on TNN as well. This wasn't something on pay-per-view to see. Of course, Raven and Dreamer, they just won the belts. They weren't gonna lose them to Steve Corino and Jack Victory. Like I said, I'm not gonna rate this promo segment. Let's move on. Next we get Axel Rotten coming out saying that he wants to challenge Mike Awesome for the ECW Championship. But no, we don't. But no, he doesn't get that because here come the Impact players of Lance Storm, Justin Credible, and Johnny Swinger. I mean, not Johnny Swinger, and I believe I'm trying to think of his name. I think it was, I don't know what's the guy's name was. That guy was supposed to take on Rob Van Dam for the ECW Television Championship, but Axel Rotten didn't want to leave the ring. He said, hey, if I'm not going to get Mike Awesome, I can beat your asses. So he beats up Lance Storm for a minute and the other guy. And then, of course, Justin Credible hits him with the Singapore cane. And then out of nowhere, here comes, for the rescue, we get Spike Dudley and Balls Mahoney coming out to save Axel Rotten. There was a spot which was really, really funny for me. Don Marie getting acid dropped by Spike Dudley. That was that, and then also the guy that was supposed to take on Rob Van Dam. I think I think his first name was Johnny. Let's say that Johnny was and Lance Storm and Justin Credible were beating down Spike, and out of nowhere, Boss Mahoney just swoom right in Johnny's face. Johnny's face just hit him in the steel chair, hit him with the steel chair in the face. So now there's no main event. So we get a bonus now main event. It was supposed to be Rob Van Dam versus this British wrestler. And please tell me in the comment section below what this guy's name was. I know it's just But anyway, we get Boss Mahoney now facing Rob Van Dam. And now we get the main event for the ECW Television Championship. For a 25-minute match, I believe it was in the 25-minute mark. This match was Boss Mahoney brought his A game tonight, y'all. There were some spots where I actually thought that Balls was gonna win this match. But of course, Rob Van Dam's the whole effing show. And he proved it. He did proved it when he did a somersault through the crowd to catch Balls Mahoney. Also the Van Terminator, and not the Van Terminator, Van Daminator, sorry, Van Daminator, and then the 5-star frog splash. Van Dam picks up the win. Like I said, this match, I don't know. I'm going to give this match, I was going to give it a higher rating, but this is also something for television, not for ECW's Anarchy Rulz. So I'm going to give this match a give it charitable a 3.5 out of 5. Because it was supposed to be Johnny, I don't know, something like John Swinger or something versus Rob Van Dam. And we don't get that. It was supposed to be that for the main event. But no, it was Balls Mahoney versus Rob Van Dam. So overall, ECW's Anarchy Rulz 99 is an average pay-per-view. And I know that I said there was some matches that were good, like Lance Storm versus Jerry Lynn, to the two triple threat matches, but it's all way down from this mess that shouldn't be on TV. Like the Simon Diamond roster New Jack thing should have never been on this pay per view. The Tommy Dreamer and Raven thing should have never been on this pay per view. I'm not saying that Van Dam and Balls shouldn't have been on this pay per view either, but it just had no real intensive build up. So that's why it hurts that I have to put that match at a 3.5. But overall, like I said, it's just an average pay per view, and it's going to get an average rating. So ECW's Anarchy Rulz 99 is going to get for me a 3 point, just a 3 point. It's going to get a 3 out of 5. A 3 out of 5. It's an average pay-per-view. I believe ECW collectors have this in their possession, but if you're just a casual wrestling fan, I recommend Lance Storm versus Jerry Lynn. I recommend Tajiri, Super Crazy, and Little Guido. I recommend Sabu and Justin Credible, and the other triple threat match, and the Rob Van Dam Balls Mahoney match, and that's it. That should have been the card for this match, not this other extra stuff that they had on this pay-per-view. Other than that, I'm signing off. Thank you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you on the next video. This is Malcolm Bean saying I'm signing off. Peace out, my D-Generation X believers.